Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Build It here at our Quarry build. And this is episode 14 and we're starting to get into the decoration phase, more of the interior, and I'm happy with that because I felt like I've spent a lot of time kind of building up this whole build, which I kind of had to establish what I was actually going to decorate and what was going to be what. But it did kind of get bigger and bigger, so I think I have reached a point where I'm not going to expand the size of the build at all. Now it's more about what I'm putting on the interior. And this episode, I'm going to start in that one back room there on that new area that I was going to do kind of like an office lounge type area. I want to try this big counter. It's pretty big and I've never found a spot to really use it just because it is so long. But I think it will work perfect for what I want to do here, to put it up against the back wall in this office down here. Almost like an entertainment center. So I want to do like a TV, and it's also... This looks almost perfect. Going to line it up here with the floor, but I also want to cover up that back rock area. I don't really want to see that. I do want to have something a little more finished off, and I'm using this side of it just because the other one is the open shelves, which would require me to fill those shelves up with stuff, and I don't really have a whole lot of items to do that with, so I think it'll be easier just to close off by using this. The countertop I'm not too hot with. I don't like as much, so I'll probably find some kind of top or tabletop to put on that. But I do notice that the edge is sticking out on that table. So if I use another table to use as the top, texture, if it has legs on the corner, it's not going to work because those will stick through that lower section. So I need to find a tabletop that maybe has, single legs, or rather than 4 legs, maybe 2 legs, or even a single post table, and we can line those all up. But we'll need to figure that out. I do have an idea of maybe using some of the textured flooring. Like this one here is fairly clean. I think the gray one might be better here. More of a concrete looking. I wish it wasn't totally dirty on the edge there, but I'm thinking maybe putting this on top might look okay. Just to clean up the surface of this here so it doesn't look as rough. I'm just going to line this up the best I can. Something like that maybe. Not sure if I really like that. It does fit pretty well with the texture of the actual countertop, but I think I might try something else here. I'm just cycling through the tables here, and I think I have an idea. There's a white table, like where is it here? These here. So this might work. I don't know about the lower section, if that's gonna stick through, but we'll give it a try here. But I do like the surface texture of this, very clean. I think the white will look good too. Yeah, I think this is gonna work much better because I can have it overhang just a little, but that lower table legs aren't poking through. Yeah, they are poking through. They are kind of noticeable, but I might just leave it. because if I set the table back more, it's not going to come up to the edge there, and I think I'd rather have the edge and maybe figure out a way to deal with those lower table legs poking through. Just want to line this one up. Always tricky trying to get rid of that one line where they line up. It's like you don't want a gap, but you don't want like a noticeable line going across. But there's only so much you can do. So I'm going to drop that other table in here and get this whole surface up and completed. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, and you do see the lower legs poking through a little, but I'm thinking I might be able to do something with that. Maybe put something on the front, to clean it up on the front, but maybe also cover that. Okay, I thought of something here to keep going and keep the theme going throughout this build. I'm going to use some of this nice sanctuary house wall. That nice white wall paneling in the newer sanctuary. If I get a section of this and maybe set that in front of our countertop, that might clean up and hide that lower table leg. So let's give this a try. So I'm thinking of just putting this just in front, just like so. Just enough to cover those poking through. And this actually might work pretty good, because now by doing this, those posts that are kind of sticking through actually divide up that paneling, so that's actually going to work pretty good and actually make it look like it's meant to be like that. Let's grab another piece and put this one in here. Line this up. And then this will finish off that section and also tie in with the rest of the build. So I think this worked out pretty good. I think it looks a lot better like this. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to put a wall behind it there or if I'm just going to use the rock. I do like the marble, so maybe I'll stick with that for now. Okay, I do think I'm going to create that area down there to be more almost like a built-in. So I'm grabbing this piece here, the ceiling piece, to create the top part of this built-in. That would essentially be the ceiling, but it's only covering the countertop area. So once I add the back wall piece lined up with this, it should look more like a built-in. So I'm just going to line this up here with the front of our, raise it up. And then this will be the top section of our built-in. Also giving it, kind of framing it with the white also looks good. So we'll add another one over here and put in some of the back wall pieces. So that's the start of our built-in. looks good. And I have an idea here because I do want some lighting up above, and that sparked the idea of that neon flats, little ceiling shelving light thing. I don't even know what it's called, but I think that would be cool to drop in there. It'll give it some cool blue light, but it will also function as a way to fill in that upper section. So this is the piece I was talking about in the neon flats. It has that neon light that works well in the ceiling, and if you want to, it also has these shelves. We'll drop this in. So I'm thinking putting this up, and that might be too low, so I'm just gonna maybe go up to the shelves or the drawers that are on that. Or maybe just all the way up, because I do want to have like a flat screen in the middle, so I need to kind of design around that. So I might put that higher up just so that fits. Just trying to figure out if I want that neon light in the back. Just gonna center it here. Just not sure if I like the white sections up top. I think I might just use these as the top section. So I'm gonna get rid of these white ceiling portions here. And let's go grab a couple, another one of those, and see how that looks. I think that looks better. It has a little higher tech look to it, and I like that blue light. That'll look good at nighttime if there's lower lighting, which I probably will do. More of a darker mood, or I think it's a good start. I think what I want to do is I want to finish off that edge, because I think it needs a little extra something. So what I was thinking, and I've used these before, is in the vault section there is a corner piece, this one here. It has a very, I just like the finish edge of that. Sometimes it allows you to clean off those corners, make them look a little more designed, or more of a structural pillar, if you will. So we'll see what one of these looks like. Line this up here. Sure my angles are looking good. Slide that back in, just like so. Just enough to kind of frame this area in. And we can put something on the side there. I don't really want to see the yellow part of that pole, but I do like kind of this metal steel edge, which we have on that corner as well. So it kind of frames it in. Now to cover up that little yellow part, I think I'm going to grab another one of the gray stucco-like walls and continue that wall in the back, but leaving just enough of a gap so we can see our little metal vault corner piece. I was thinking that maybe the back of the bed had an interesting texture to it that I could use, but I think I'll just go with, could do concrete. think I'll just go with the gray stucco-y wall here. Just gonna line it up just like so. It kind of cleans it off. I might want to set that back a little more, I'm not sure. I like it sticking out that much. And I kind of think those side walls should probably be white as well, just so that whole cubby area is white, just like the back wall. So let's get rid of these and grab some of the white panels. There we go. I think that looks a whole lot better and cleaner. I think the gray stucco like walls was a little too much. Now I could do the black wall like I used up, over by the stairs. That could be kind of cool. Is to maybe close in that back area and have that dark. That could look cool too. Gotta think about that one there. I did just have an idea when I was going through the neon flats thing. Has this other little cupboard thing that goes above the bed, I think. And the edges of this kind of look like a speaker. Just the texture of it and kind of the look of it. So I'm wondering if I can grab these and then use the opposite ends for my speakers, because I do want to have some kind of stereo system, and I'm thinking this might work. So if I bring this here, I think you'll get what I'm going at here. Stick it into the wall and just use, just gonna line it up. Just use this end part, like so. Should probably have these down on the... It does kind of look like a speaker. So put one on this side here, and then we'll put one on the other. Now luckily for me, there's nothing on the other side of these walls. If there was a room on the other side, I wouldn't be able to do this. But because that's basically a void on the other side, and same with this other edge or other side, I'll be able to stick the other one through and it won't matter. Before I put the other speaker in, I do want to put in the flat screen, and I'm going to use one of the flat screens. Now I'm not sure what mod this is from, and the mod has a few selections for flat screen TVs. Not necessarily in the realm of the Fallout lore, I guess, but I like to use them in my build sometimes because I like the look of them. It's more of what we would think of a TV rather than the old kind of 50s style. So I'm going to use this flat screen, which I think fills up the space the best. I'm going to set it in just to get rid of that lower shelf area, and I think that works pretty good. Next, we'll drop in this other speaker here just to balance things out. Line it up, just like that. There we have our entertainment center, our stereo speakers. adjust this just so it matches the other one, sticking out just enough. Excellent. I like it. So as I said before, I think I'm going to see what it looks like if I put the black walls in the back there. And I'm referring to the black wall sections that I used on the staircase over there. And it's in here somewhere. This black wall here that we also used in the bathroom. And by putting this in the back, because if you have a TV, sometimes you don't want the distraction of having a light colored background back there. Although, I'm not sure if this is going to be too black. But I think the neon blue light helps. But I do think that looks a little better. So let's drop another one in there and see how that looks. It's harder to see the TV, but I think it does look better overall. It would be cool if I could have an actual working TV, but I don't think, at least on the PlayStation, they can do that with the flat screens. Maybe there is a mod that can do that. I just don't know if it's on the PlayStation. I think Xbox has something like that, and definitely PC, but I don't think there's one for PlayStation. But I like the looks of that. We can put some other little decorations there, kind of fill that area in, and continue going on this little lounge office area. Okay, I think that works. Next thing I want to do is I want to add a little more decoration on that shelf, fill that up with some stuff. And I usually, just because my OC decorator, I can't get that to load at the same time as my I want to find some extra stuff, and I find a lot of things here in the themes area, and go down to the library and get one of these large stacks of books and bookend that right against the speaker, and then I'll do that on the other side as well, and that will definitely create a symmetrical balance on this whole thing. But then we can offset that just a little with some other little knickknacks. I don't think it's going to let me. So one thing about the PlayStation and without the Quappa tool is it doesn't always allow you to set things right up against other things. There's always like a collision zone that doesn't let you do it. So I always have to use the Quappa to get that like this right back in there. Now that kind of looks a little better, a little more balanced. We'll put some other things in there, maybe a planter or something, or like a pot, a vase. Maybe one of these Children of Adam lighted bottles might look kind of cool there. If it lets me place it. Just like so. We'll see if we can find a different one for over here. Add that. Let's find a small one. And no real reasoning, just random junk that I can find to actually put there, just to fill in that space a little. So over here, I'm sure we can find something in the, what do you think? I think all the military stuff might be too big. Maybe the ham radio would just fill that area nice. Just gonna drop out these lights here just to get an idea of the lighting, especially with that blue neon, just to see how that looks. I think that looks pretty good. TV is hidden just a little, but I don't mind that. So if we take a look at our progress here, it looks pretty cool. I really like the fact that we have this patio out here. That's a pretty awesome view. So I think just this alone and that how that's turning out, this could be my favorite room of this place. Almost wondering if this should be more the master bedroom. But then I'd have to put in a bathroom and all of that. So I think this might still be more of an entertaining area, just given the location to that patio and the water. And then this area out here, a lot of space to fill in. So in a way, I've kind of built myself into a corner in a way, where I think it looks good as an empty space. I'm just now trying to figure out how I'm gonna fill it. Down here, I think this will definitely be a couple guest rooms. And then of course the door leading to the storage. Gotta finish that bathroom there. But this will be a guest room here. Small, simple bed. This one over here will be a guest room as well. And probably not a whole lot in this room. This is just kind of the common area. Might be a room for a couch or something like that, or maybe an arcade game. And of course we got all this space for storage. So this will be a good place to put a bunch of supplies and things like that. It's also good space for our power supply, which is basically our wireless controller there. And of course the hallway, our escape route or entrance, depending which way you're coming. And I dropped in those little conveyor belt things. They look somewhat like AC units, air conditioning, HVAC, something like that. So I just inset those into the wall just to give an idea of some kind of air filtration system or something like that. Need to finish up on this, but let's get working on the rest of the house here. So our cool little lounge area in there, the office, I think I'm gonna drop a pool table in and see how that fits. I was thinking about putting a desk in there, but I'm not sure. I think that's a perfect area for a pool table, you know, with the TV and the speakers. And I know there's a pool table in here. There it is, under the table. I like this one because it already has the balls and the cues already set on it. Whereas before I had this, I had to put all those in myself. Just gonna line this up the best I can. It's surprising how much room this pool table takes if you really think about it, if you're trying to play a game. But I think it works pretty good in here. It doesn't really allow for a desk of any kind. I do like to set this down just a little, just a tiny bit, lower the table. I think that's pretty good. It also allows us to possibly put in some couches here, maybe over in this area. I'm going to drop in some lights above the pool table. I'm going to use these, which is Slocum Joe's lights. They're clean, they're nice, and they light up pretty good. And I'm gonna preset them here and then grab them with my Quappa just so I can put them up into the ceiling a little bit more. I think they might be fine just hanging the way they are, but sometimes I like to grab them with a Quappa because it allows me to, if I want to, put them all the way up to the ceiling. But because this is the pool table, I might just have them hang down. We'll see here. Because even hanging down here, yeah, that's actually a good height. I thought they'd hang too low, but that's actually pretty good. And I'll do 3 of these. It's always deceiving trying to line these things up. So I kind of have to do each side and give it my best centering eye. Like I said, we'll do 3 just to light the table up. Center that one just a little bit more, like so. Check the angle here. It looks pretty good. Straight enough. Looks good. I'm gonna grab some more of my black walls and add that into that other side just to tie in with the backing of our built-in for our TV and stuff. So I'm gonna carry that theme on over to that other wall. Just gotta slowly grind through all these to get to my black wall here. So we'll grab these and line that wall. There we go. I think that looks good. Just a little accent wall there. It breaks it up. Different textures in the room here. We got the marble, we got the nice clean wood floors, we got the black walls, and then we got that white paneling. I think it all works with each other. So let's go with that. I'm gonna add in this retro star clock. I think would be perfect in this room. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Right about there. Actually, might look better on the black wall. You kind of lose it on the marble. Yeah, I think we need to put it here. That's pretty cool. We'll add in some poster art here. Kind of want to avoid the Nuka-Cola thing. It seems like it's overdone. Maybe this motorcycle one, Lone Wanderer. I think that's perfect for this little hangout. Put it on this wall here. Now I'm just kind of scrubbing through these, seeing if I can find objects just to drop in there, just to fill the space. That, because you never know, sometimes there's items that work. Oh, this is kind of cool. Maybe I'll put this out here. This is almost too big for the interior. I'm gonna put it out here. But maybe the one without the glass. So tuck it here in the corner. It's a nice little planter. We'll keep going through here, see if we can find anything else. This concrete planter might work too. I'll have to grab this with the Quappa. Okay, time to rearrange the furniture a little more. I had some thoughts about this. I think I am going to move the pool table. I'm going to do like 90 degrees from what we had here. And maybe try and tuck it back more on that wall to give me more space because I want to put the couches in. And the way the table was laid out, it didn't give me a whole lot of room to do that. So I think by moving this over here works a little better for what I'm thinking. Of course, I got to redo the lights here. Let's do that real quick. I think that'll work, and then we'll add in, I'm going to add in the couches here on the other side for the entertainment center. I think it makes a little more sense to maybe have the couches around that and have the pool table more back here. So let's put these couches in. Gonna grab a couple stools for the pool table. It's always handy to have some stools in your plan. Drop those in, maybe in the corner here. I think that looks pretty good. I'll have to get a coffee table or something like that for the couches and chairs, but I think this works fine. Still have that big area over by the patio. So just need to think of some clever ways to fill this space, because I kind of built the area not knowing what I was going to put in there. But we'll figure it out. I do like the pool table, but I am considering actually putting a desk in there. I'm not quite sure. Because I was thinking of the desk and what I was going to use the neon flats thing for the desk, but I'm thinking that texture, I use it a lot, the neon flats desk kind of drawer thing, has a cool texture to it on the back. So I might put that back side where that marble is in the corner. Just, I think it would look better. I don't like the way the marble is matching the white paneling wall paneling and the white slat things that I put up. So I'm gonna grab that and drop that in there. So this dresser here in the neon flats, this backside thing has this almost corrugated looking texture on the back. And that's a good piece because it's dark and you can use it just to close off, or in this case, just create a separation there from. So I think that looks better than the marble. So I'm going to drop in this other one here. Just cleans it off a little and makes it a little more interesting. And kind of solves this little section here. It has kind of bothered me every time I go past it. Still have that little water portion sticking out, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Just want to line up these best I can. I like that better. Okay, it's gonna save real quick. I think I'm gonna cut out here. But I think our entertaining office area, or whatever we're calling this, not too much of an office right now, more of an entertaining area, lounge area, I think looks pretty good. Although I'm starting to feel like this house might have too many lounge areas. That's the vibe I'm getting, because those just feel like the rooms I want to put in. But I think this one looks good as it is for now. It might change, but let's leave that for as it is. I think it's a good start. This area over here, I'll need to figure out something. I was thinking maybe a desk over there. I think there's enough room for a desk that has that great view out to the patio. So that could work. That might work there. And we also added in that dresser piece on the back there, which separates the area a little better. I do like it rather than the marble, just because we have the marble on the ceiling too, so this makes it a little more interesting. So we do have all this area in here, which is a big area to try and figure out how we're going to fill. We got this cool fireplace, so obviously with the fireplace you're thinking, hangout lounge area. Well, we've already got one over there, and we're probably going to have one on the other side of the house too, so I feel like there's too many. But I'm just not sure what I'm going to do, just because this is more of a house rather than like a base. If it was more like a secret hideout base, I guess I could fill it with more, kind of military type thing. But this is more of a finished house. I want this to be like a fancy, wealthy house, or at least get that feeling. So I'll have to figure out something for this area, because it is pretty large as it is now. I guess I could divide it up with rooms. That one back there obviously will be a bathroom, but all this area here is quite a lot of space to work with in regards to filling it up and trying to have something that makes sense or there's a reason for. If we head downstairs, this will be the guest area. It's kind of my plan at this point. This will be a guest area. We got guest bedrooms. We got a guest bathroom. And then, of course, a side door leading to the storage area, which will store all of our supplies. So we'll add those as well. And next episode, we'll just keep going, adding in, probably work some more on that office area in the back, and obviously trying to figure out what we're going to put upstairs in that area. So hope to see you at the next one. But as far as this one goes, let's cut it out here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, keep building.